It's time to correct the record at Texas Tech. Expose the shoddy way the winningest coach in school history was literally executed from his job, cheated out of millions of dollars and some of his reputation. So let's name names, shall we? On his Austin law firm website, Jerry Turner says straight talk is good business. Straight talk. Huh, Mr. Turner? Well, we've called you a bunch of times, and you've never called us back, so we could have some straight talk. Turner was vice chairman of the Texas Tech Board of Regents when Coach Leach was fired. Look at this email. There were rumors Leach might be talking about a different job with Louisville instead, and Turner wasn't happy. Quoting, "Didn't we have an understanding with Leach that he would publicly disavow all reports of his interest in another job opportunity?" That email was sent weeks before former ESPN broadcaster Craig James had even complained that his son had supposedly been mistreated by the coach. What happened next was the clear and, in my view, improper interference by the Regents in the Texas Tech football program. The evidence will show that Jerry Turner would become the engineer on the railroad job of Mike Leach. Just 2 days after the James complaint came in, there was already a prepared draft statement announcing Coach Leach's suspension. Just 2 days. It's signed by the school president, Guy Bailey, because he's the guy that's supposed to discipline the coach, not the Board of Regents. Except we now know that President Bailey didn't even write this press release. We can prove that Regent Jerry Turner wrote it. In the email Turner sent, he says, quote, "I have drafted a press release announcing the coach's suspension while our inquiry continues." And look at this email, because it's about the money. Quote, "We might have a lawsuit, but if we fired him, contract does not entitle him to receive a completion bonus." Turner was already looking to fire Coach Leach 10 months earlier. A day before the axe fell, Regent Nancy Neal knew something was wrong. Quoting, "Is there any other hope to make this right? If we owe the money, let's not be so cheap that it isn't paid." And that's why Mike Leach has been fighting ever since. Does Texas Tech really want the reputation of being cheapskates? If you're a business in Lubbock, do you really want to do business with guys who rip you off for millions of dollars of money you're owed? By the way, this is a video of a weasel. Coach Leach was fired because he fought the suspension, because he wanted to coach the kids he had led to such a great season. Ooh, how horrible. The firing of the coach prompted outrage. It should have. Petitions demanding the resignations of Chancellor Hance. 9 years later, nearly 2,000 people have signed our petition to pay the coach. And you should too, at paycoachleach.com. Within days of the controversial Leach firing, Jerry Turner was already acknowledging the so-called investigation had been botched by this lady, Charlotte Bingham, the school's EEOC lawyer. Turner wrote, quote, "She showed extremely poor judgment and left us out in the cold. Not sure what to do about that, but it's serious." Bingham had not even gotten sworn statements from anyone during the few days she was so-called investigating. Quoting, "I can't tell you how upset I am that Charlotte said we don't need affidavits. And even after I strongly took issue with her," said Turner, "she didn't get any." Texas Tech was now reeling from a story in the Dallas Morning News. The same football team folks they relied on to suspend and fire the coach were now saying stuff that was a lot different. Within 24 hours, affidavits from the guys suddenly appeared. You know who was part of the discussion? Mary Spaeth, a PR lady working for the James family. Look at this email she sent, worried the team doc shouldn't have told the newspaper folks it was a mild concussion and not really a near-death experience. Quote, "He needs to confirm the diagnosis, recant mild, and talk about the need for rest, etc." And the affidavit of the team trainer, Steve Pincock, looked a lot different than the story he had just given the Dallas Morning News.
Texas Tech has fired football coach Mike Leach. It is mayhem out in Lubbock land.
Just days after the Leach firing, Chancellor Ken Hance and his chief of staff, Jody Arrington, got an email from another guy bragging crews had, quote, already painted over Leach's head pirate parking spot. I thought you'd be proud. Smiley face. How mature. Charlotte Bingham, the one who never bothered to even finish the Leach investigation to get to the whole truth, well, she got a promotion. Now assistant vice chancellor for administration. Chancellor Ken Hance, well, he got that Texas Tech double dip we've exposed. Paid for work he never actually did. And Jerry Turner, well, he got elected chairman of the Board of Regents. And Mike Leach, well, he just got railroaded. And Texas Tech should do the right thing. Pay him what you owe him. But of course, there's interest now, too. I'll be glad to help set it up.